Welcome to ScaleUp Radio Shorts, the podcast that brings you the key insights and actionable advice from our in-depth ScaleUp Radio interviews, all in a bite-sized format.
I'm Granger Forson.
And I'm Kevin Brent, and we're the founders of Smart 90, the proven 90-day execution system for scaling businesses, and the proud sponsors of ScaleUp Radio.
In each episode of ScaleUp Radio Shorts, we'll be diving into the most impactful lessons learned from our conversations with successful entrepreneurs, business leaders, and thought leaders, helping you to accelerate your own growth journey.
And in this episode, we're going to be discussing some of the key takeaways from two fantastic interviews we've recently conducted for ScaleUp Radio. We'll be comparing and contrasting the experiences and advice of our guests, highlighting the common threads and unique perspectives that emerged. In this episode, we are featuring Louise Williams, the founder of Solace Gym and Pink Pear Bear. She's created a unique gym environment focused on inclusivity and mental well-being.
And we also spoke with Andrew Kelly from 8590, a creative agency specializing in photography and videography. Andrew shared some fantastic insights into building a successful brand and managing client relationships.
One of the most striking common threads between Louise and Andrew was their emphasis on authenticity.
Absolutely, Kevin. Louise has built her brand, Pink Pear Bear, around showing a real life. It's about creating a space where people can truly be themselves, a judgment-free zone in an industry often associated with unrealistic expectations.
It's really resonated with people, isn't it? Her willingness to share her own experiences, like her ADHD diagnosis, has created a deep connection with her audience.
Exactly. Then you've got Andrew, who's all about being authentic online to build trust. He understands that your online persona has to match the real person, or people see through it.
It's so true. People buy into people. If who you are online isn't the real you, then the cracks will soon start to show.
This authenticity naturally leads to a strong people focus in both businesses. Solace Gym is centered on creating an inclusive, welcoming community. It is reducing the intimidation that many feel when going to a typical gym.
They've really tapped into something special there, creating a space where exercise is about mental health as much as physical fitness.
And Andrew's agency, 8590, focuses on understanding client challenges and providing tailored solutions. It's about adding value through photography, videography, and leveraging his network of contacts.
He's built his business around those relationships, becoming a trusted partner to his clients, not just a service provider. It's a subtle difference, but it makes a massive difference to the long-term success. Both Louise and Andrew learned so many valuable lessons through the experience of actually doing it, didn't they?
Definitely. You can read all the business books you like, but nothing beats learning in the trenches. For Louise, it was things like delegation and getting on top of her financial management.
It's interesting to contrast that with Andrew, who pinpointed some foundational mistakes he made early on, like not prioritizing a website.
A very basic error that most businesses now would not dream of.
Or hiring an accountant early enough. He really stressed that point, didn't he? Saying they're worth their weight in gold.
He learned the hard way that those core building blocks are essential. It's a good reminder that sometimes the most obvious things are the most important.
It just goes to show that no matter how different the business is, there are some universal lessons that apply to everyone.
And it's not just about what they learned, but who they leaned on. Both understood the importance of having a solid support structure around them.
Absolutely. Louise relies on a small internal team, and she's a big advocate for delegation. Knowing when to hand things off to someone else is crucial for preventing burnout.
While Andrew primarily uses subcontractors and associates, so his focus is on due diligence, making sure that those he brings in to represent his brand are the right fit.
That's so important. Your subcontractors are an extension of your brand, and if they don't align with your values, it can damage your reputation.
Exactly. Louise talked about leveraging PA support through access to work, which freed up her time to focus on other interests, so it shows the value of having support and knowing where you can outsource.
Let's move on to financial management. It was interesting to hear their different perspectives on this.
Yes, Louise touched on tracking finances and reviewing class performance, but Andrew went into much more detail with his 40-20-20 split rule.
That's right, 40% for the business bank account, 20% for the owner's wage, and 20% for the tax pot. It's a really structured approach.
It is, and it highlights the importance of saving for tax and having a safety net. Sensible money management is key, especially with fluctuating income, and it sounds like Andrew has that nailed down.
Definitely. Then there's the topic of marketing. Both Louise and Andrew stress the importance of authenticity here too.
Absolutely. Louise's marketing moments were often organic and driven by sharing personal experiences, which really resonates with her audience.
It's that realness factor again, isn't it? People connect with genuine stories. Andrew, on the other hand, provided more specific advice on digital marketing.
Yes, he cautioned against focusing on superficial metrics like likes and shares, and instead highlighted the importance of value-driven content. It's about attracting the right kind of attention and converting that into paying customers.
Another important trait that stood out was perseverance. Both Louise and Andrew emphasized the need to keep going even when things get tough.
Absolutely. Louise talked about facing empty classes early on, but she didn't give up, and Andrew's advice implies that building a business requires consistent effort and seeking out new work.
It's that resilience that really separates those who succeed from those who don't. They both knew when to stick at it. Now, in terms of risk-taking, their approaches differed slightly.
Yes, Louise's decision to operate without contracts is a prime example of taking a calculated risk. She weighed the pros and cons and decided it aligned with her values and would attract the right kind of members.
It was a bold move, no doubt. Andrew's advice on risk-taking was more general, encouraging people not to be afraid to take risks, but without detailing specific business model risks.
Which is fair enough. Not everyone needs to take the same risks to achieve success. What about well-being, though? It's such an important topic for entrepreneurs.
Agreed. Louise directly addressed the challenges of managing overwhelm and burnout, especially in the context of her ADHD. Her strategies for carving out downtime and seeking support are invaluable.
That's right. She's a great role model in that respect.
It's a sign of strength to acknowledge when you need help and to put systems in place to protect your well-being. Andrew also offered some more detailed advice on financial structures, careful hiring processes, and digital marketing strategies that are worth highlighting.
Absolutely. His 40-20-20 rule for managing cash flow is something I wish I had implemented earlier in my business.
Me too. Splitting income into business, owner's wage and tax pots is a brilliant way to avoid financial surprises and ensures that you're always prepared. We now use a similar approach in Smart 90 based around the profit first principles.
And his emphasis on due diligence when hiring subcontractors and associates is spot on. I've learned the hard way that taking the time to properly vet people, check their references, and understand their values is crucial for protecting your brand and ensuring quality work. We have a robust vetting process now. Louise's approach was really interesting with her unconventional methods, like not using contracts and leveraging personal storytelling to build a community-focused business.
It's counterintuitive, isn't it? But sometimes those unconventional paths are the ones that really resonate with people. I've seen businesses thrive by challenging the norm and creating something truly unique.
Absolutely. Take, for example, one of our Smart 90 clients. They built a successful brand by being radically transparent about their own struggles and vulnerabilities. It created a powerful connection with their audience.
It's that authenticity piece again, isn't it? People are drawn to realness, to businesses that aren't afraid to show their flaws and connect on a human level. And Louise's focus on building a supportive community around her gym is something we see working time and time again. So, to bring it all together, it seems that authenticity, a focus on people, and sheer perseverance are the common threads that run through both Louise and Andrew's experiences.
Definitely, those three elements are crucial for any business looking to scale up successfully.
Absolutely. And if you've enjoyed these insights and want to delve deeper, remember you can listen to the full interviews with Louise and Andrew on ScaleUp Radio. Just search for ScaleUp Radio wherever you get your podcasts.
And if you're interested in learning more about how Smart 90, our proven 90-day execution system, can help your business scale, visit us at smart90.co.uk.
Thanks for tuning in to ScaleUp Radio Shorts.
We appreciate you listening.